Hey students, what's going on? Welcome to another video on IELTS. Today, we will be discussing the multiple choice question type in the listening module. This question type usually comes in section 3 or 4, or both. The objective is to choose one answer from a range of options. Or sometimes you will also get to choose multiple answers from multiple options.
Here's an example. The following example is a single answer multiple choice question where there is only one correct answer. Now look at this example. This is a multiple answer multiple choice question, or an MCQ, where you may find 2 or 3 answers among a range of options. So here's your first tip. Read the instructions. I keep repeating myself because it is that important. So read the instructions before you start answering questions. It will tell you whether it is a single answer multiple choice question or a multiple answer MCQ. Whether it's a single answer or a multiple answer MCQ, the approach is the same. In any case, you follow tip number 2 and 3. Tip number 2, mark your keywords. And tip number 3, keep your ears open for synonyms. The recording never narrates an exact replica of your question. Rather, it paraphrases the statement by using synonyms of the words that appeared in the question. For example, this is a single answer MCQ. Listen to the recording and answer question 21.
Right, Sandra. You wanted to see me to get some feedback on your group's proposal, the one you're submitting for the Geography Society field trip competition.
Uh-huh.
I've had a look through your proposal, and I think it's a really good choice. In fact, I only have a few things to say about it, but even in an outline document like this, you really have to be careful to avoid typos and problems with layout in the proposal, and even in the contents page. So read it through carefully before submitting it, okay?
Will do.
And I've made a few notes on the proposal about things which could have been better sequenced.
Okay.
The answer is A. Although you didn't hear the exact words in the question, you did hear something similar. Option A says Sandra's proposal should be recorded in some parts. However, in the recording, you heard the speaker say, "I've made a few notes on the proposal about things that could have been better sequenced." Here, reordered was paraphrased and another word was used instead, better sequenced. So do not match your keywords in the recording, rather match the meaning of what the speaker is saying. I know it sounds a little hard, but with enough practice, you will be able to get past this. Now, sometimes you will hear more than one options that appear in the question, like we heard in the recording. That definitely doesn't mean that both the options are correct or the first one you heard is right. You still have to choose the correct answer, so your keywords can help you figure out what option is the right one. And please be sure to mark your keywords in both the question and the options. Which brings me to my next tip. Do not take too much time on one question. If by any chance you didn't get the answer or you are unsure, make an educated guess and move on. You don't want to miss more answers by lingering on a question you were unsure. The recording is like time. It doesn't wait for you. And for my last tip, since this is a multiple choice question type, the answers that you write on your paper is not a statement or a word or a number. It's a letter. So be careful, especially during transferring your answers to the answer sheet. Now, here's a practice test. You may check your answers at the end of the test.
Section 3. You will hear a student called Sandra talking to her tutor about a draft proposal she has written for a competition. First, you have some time to look at questions 21 to 24. Now listen carefully and answer questions 21 to 24.
Right, Sandra. You wanted to see me to get some feedback on your group's proposal, the one you're submitting for the Geography Society field trip competition.
Uh-huh.
I've had a look through your proposal, and I think it's a really good choice.
Oh.
In fact, I only have a few things to say about it, but even in an outline document like this, you really have to be careful to avoid typos and problems with layout in the proposal, and even in the contents page. So read it through carefully before submitting it, okay?
Will do.
And I've made a few notes on the proposal about things which could have been better sequenced.
Okay.
As for the writing itself, I've annotated the proposal as and where I thought it could be improved. Generally speaking, I feel you've often used complex structures and long sentences for the sake of it, and as a consequence, although your paragraphing and inclusion of subheadings help, it's quite hard to follow your train of thought at times.
Oh,
So cut them down a bit, can you?
really?
Yes, and don't forget simple formatting like numbering.
Didn't I use page numbers?
I didn't mean that. Look, you've remembered to include headers and footers, which is good, but listing ideas clearly is important. Number them or use bullet points, which is even clearer. Then you'll focus the reader on your main points. I thought your suggestion to go to the Navajo Tribal Park was a very good idea.
No, I've always wanted to go there. My father was a great fan of cowboy films and the Wild West, so I was subjected to seeing all the epics, many of which were shot there.
Mm-hmm.
As a consequence, it feels very familiar to me, and it's awesome, both geographically and visually. So it's somewhere I've always wanted to visit. The subsequent research I did and the online photographs made me even keener.
So, that's it. The key to cracking the MCU question type is to be calm. So be calm, be collected, and make sure you listen to every single piece of information in the recording. I'll see you next time. Till then, keep learning, keep developing, but most importantly, keep changing with Change Institutes. Have a nice day.